The start button.
I am the start button.
That's impossible.
Oh, my spine.
Alright.
I'm gonna pop on over into the chat so that I can see what's happening.
Oh my gosh. Winky, winky.
Lemon stinky.
No lemons. No lemons.
Oh,
How many do you have?
Cave troll.
We have all of the pieces.
How is that possible?
That is.
It's a good
That's
thing.
fine.
Let's just let it be and be happy with
What
it.
is possible?
You thought I would be
He's
missing
convinced that there was a piece missing before.
The 2 times I've played this game before, we had to replace. We had to have an extra piece for the red team.
4,
I swear I'm not going crazy.
12.
You're not, but all the pieces are here now. So let's just take it as it is.
I just don't see how that's possible, but okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So,
Alright.
the introduction to the game is inside the lair of a cave troll lies riches and dangers beyond one's wildest imagination. In the Cave Troll board game, players command brave heroes in an attempt to reap the most treasure from the dungeon. In order to defeat your enemies, you will wield powerful artifacts and summon vile creatures to prevent your opponents from achieving victory. The object of the game is to get the most money by the end of the game. Each room of the game board has gold value, as you can see. So there's
Just like Monopoly.
2 4s, 3s, some of them.
There's a
have
5.
There's a 5. There's a couple 5s.
Interesting.
5.
Alright.
I still haven't figured out who this voice is from.
Kermit.
It's not Kermit.
Alright. This represents the
Kermit's
treasures.
entirely different.
This represents the treasures and valuables sought by the heroes of the land. At the end of the game, and up to 4 times during the game, players receive gold based upon the rooms that they control. So you don't receive the gold from a room until the board is scored, and there's certain conditions that have to be met for the board to end up being scored. So the goal is to fight for control, and then hope you have the most when you get scored, depending on how you use your creatures.
Okay.
Let's see. Shuffle the artifacts. Here, you shuffle these and just set them aside. I'm gonna move the box out of the way. Here's the box if people wanted to see that.
It's Cave Troll.
It is a box.
It's
For a game.
shuffling artifacts. Artifacts on the floor.
Okay.
I'm shuffling like I've never shuffled before.
Copyright.
I said shuffed. They didn't use that word.
Fair enough.
This
Alright.
this is a parody. It's legally sound.
So the main so there's 2 different ways to play the game, as I said. We can either play with the triangle. So if you look through your cards, so look through your I threw them everywhere.
I made a mess.
I did. Look through them, and we, as a group, need to decide whether we want to play with the triangle version of the cards or with the pentagon version of the cards. The pentagon is the normal, original version. The triangle is like the 2nd edition.
I mean, only the monster have the card.
So you take out the. We're going to be taking out the section that doesn't match.
Well, so we're either taking out all the triangles or we're either taking out all the pentagons. One
Yeah,
or the
but so we're taking one out.
Yeah.
Yes. So we.
So what's the what are the main differences?
It just changes the ability that creature has.
So, all of us have to do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got to agree upon which ones we're taking out.
I mean, this is the 2nd edition. We might as well use the pentagons.
The pentagons are the normal ones.
Oh, are they? I thought you said the triangles were the normal ones.
No, the triangles are the other version. So,
Going to make a couple quick comparisons.
yeah, just do a quick comparison between the 2 and then vote I think it actually, a cool version of the game would be just everybody gets to choose which one they want. The problem with that is,
It might be unbalanced.
we don't know which person has which things. So, like, you wouldn't know if they had a Wraith or a Silent Banshee, so you can't predict, really.
I'm thinking about the main stuff.
Yeah.
Where is my other card?
I am also missing a card.
I don't really have a particular preference from what I'm seeing here. Like, they all sound like they're decent.
There's no
Hold on.
equivalent to barbarian in mine.
There's no equivalent to the assassin in mine. Hold on.
You
Just
sure it's
look-
not just on the floor?
Yeah, it might be. I did drop cards.
You're flung good.
I don't see anything.
Trying to go through the rest of my cards here. Da, da, da.
Do do do
Do do
do do do do
do do
do do do do do.
do do do.
Do 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 do.
You okay, buddy?
No, he's not.
Am I ever okay?
That's a difficult question to answer. Wait, there's the dwarf or the
Giant Slayer.
Ah. Yes.
Did that other one go?
Did you eat it?
So, wait,
I'm
hold
so
on.
confused because
Oh, I had two of mine stuck together. Check and see if that's the case for any of yours.
I used syrup to stick mine together.
does anybody have my missing card?
I don't have any cards that are different colors for any.
I've seen it not. It is a
It would be green.
pentagonal.
Assassin. Or probably a thief, yeah.
And it'll be green on the back.
Yeah, nothing stuck together. It's not under here, is it?
Yet.
I might have dropped it. Theoretically.
Did you set the box on top of it?
Dropped it myself.
I'm trying to look.
Where
Oh,
go?
found it. It's right here.
Aha!
Okay, we're good.
Are we?
So, which version of the game do you guys want to play with?
I have no preference because I have no idea of any of these rules. I don't know what's
Basically,
going
this
on.
controls how your characters act.
I get that, but I don't know what's going to be good and what's going to be bad.
Or what's more fun or what's less fun?
Yes.
They're both fun. They're both just... It's the same game, just with different, I guess.
We want to just like rock,
strategy.
paper, scissors it and have one person represent one color or one shape and one
Roll the
person
die.
represent the other. I don't have it up right now, but I can grab it. How about I roll a die, I roll the dice bag, and whichever one has the higher score, the pentagonal die or the triangular die, wins. That does not work because the D4 versus the D10 is a bad idea. You still trying to figure out?
I still don't
Okay.
understand.
We're going to use... Alright, we're going to use this die. And...
Are you okay?
So D8s
No, I'm not okay.
Are
evens are pentagons, because
So you
pentagons
like a lot.
have an even number of sides.
Yep.
And odds are triangle. Triangles have an odd number.
just
of
roll the
sides.
die. We'll go with that association, but you're still wrong.
As a better way to say it, we'll go with pentagon as evens because you add an even number to 3 to get a pentagon.
That doesn't help anything. Just roll it on.
Pentagon. They're even.
Pentagon dark.
Pentagonal sandwich.
No.
It's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card.
No!
There's no such card.
You don't
Alright,
know
so the
that.
triangles are out.
What?
So we're playing the normal version. Alright, that's all we need. So put all of these ones out of the way.
And do we shuffle the deck?
Funny because there's no Yu-Gi-Oh card that has the word pentagonal or sandwich.
That's such like a. It's such a sad statement. It's like there's none that have pentagonal or sandwich.
Okay, so first thing everyone's gonna
One
do
of each.
is take all of your deck, shuffle them.
Can I shuffle them like a
Including
magician so that I know where everything
No,
is?
not the artifacts. Those are separate.
Yeah, the artifacts are a separate pile, just leave them there.
Can I shuffle it like a magician so I know where everything is?
If you've
No.
already memorized the entire deck,
Yeah.
but I doubt it.
I love how your eyes fluttered so much while your eyes were shaped. Like it was like watching an ocean and a stormy sea.
Just happened.
You're like, "Rah."
It's that one reaction gif of the guy just.
Yeah, but if the eyes were shut the whole time.
Okay. Then you place it down in front of you and you draw one, and that's your starting hand.
Wow, that's such a big hand.
I draw a card.
So,
Pikachu! Damn it, I said which one it was.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to describe what you're seeing on the board. There's pit areas, which are the big holes, like these wells. I just dropped one of your pieces.
There are 3 of those.
So there's 3 wells. Those are where monsters will start if you summon a monster. There's the entrance areas, which are these stairs, with the stone stairs.
Those are where adventurers come in.
Those are indeed where adventurers come in. Each room is, well, the rooms. They're separated by doors.
A terrible movie.
There may never be more than 5 heroes or monsters in a room at a time total. So there can only be 5 characters in a single room at a time.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
The player with the most heroes in a room acquires the gold for that room if it is scored. Each player has a score tracker, which starts at 0, which you're breaking, apparently.
Huh?
I'm talking about those right now.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was adjusting it.
This board isn't very flat.
No, it is not. I bought it at a Goodwill.
A good wall?
A Goodwill. Okay.
A good drill.
So first things first, we randomly need to choose which player goes first.
Pull out the die again.
Oh god, I'm gonna die on time.
Pull out a d4. We'll associate numbers with each person. I will be 3.
That's what I wanted to be.
But you did the same thing.
Well, then I'll be 2.
Okay, let me find the D4 first. I'm trying to do this by feel.
Lynn, you want 1 or 4?
4.
Jordan is 1.
Alright, so first person is
3. Me.
Alrighty. And then play goes to the left of that person.
You are second.
So I just have to do this.
Okay. On your turn, you may take up to 4 actions. You may have fewer than 4 actions on your first turn, because it is the first turn. With each action, you may do one of the following. You can draw a card and play a card, move one of your heroes or monster figures, play an artifact card, or use a hero or monster ability that takes an action. Now you can do any combination of those, you just have to do 4 actions by the end of your turn. So if you wanted to, you could move 4 things on the board.
But you can't draw any cards.
But you can't draw any cards.
Can you
Exactly.
draw 4 cards?
Yeah, you could do that too.
Is playing a card a separate action?
It's draw a card and play a card as one action.
Okay.
Your 4 actions may take any combination of the above actions.
Wait, do you have to draw and play? Like draw, you play it?
Yes, but you'll always have one extra one. So, for example, I could draw 1, and now I have 2 options, and I have to play one of those.
Okay.
It's 4 actions.
No!
They're either move a character
And I'll
or
keep that
draw
up.
and play a card.
Yeah. So you can either play an artifact, use a hero or monster ability, move a hero or monster figure, or draw and play a card.
So we can use any artifact we like. It doesn't have to be just
Well,
like
you
pick
have
up
to
the
have
pile.
an artifact to play it.
How do you get them?
I'll explain later. Let's see. We already did that. If you have multiple figures on the board, you could choose to move one of them 4 rooms, or move 4 of them, each 1 room, or split that up any way you want. And now I'll explain what each of those actually does. So, draw and play a card. As an action, you may draw the top card from your deck into your hand. Then you must immediately play one of the 2 cards from your hand and resolve its game effect. The entire action consists of drawing a card, playing a card, resolving the effects of the card, and checking the board for scoring. The effect of the various card types are described here. There are hero cards, which when playing a hero card, you place your corresponding figure into play at one of the 4 entrances. Also, there can be as many creatures on entrances as there can be. So there's no, while there's a room limit, there's no entry limit.
Okay.
So there does not have to be 5.
And you just pick whichever entrance of the ones that are
Yeah.
varied that you want. Okay.
You can you can choose entrances as well as monster entrances for your monsters. Monster cards. When playing a monster card, place your corresponding figure into play on one of the pit areas on the board, with the exception of the cave troll, which I'll explain later. Note that there may be any number of monster figures in the pit area as well. Event cards, which are another card that you may potentially draw. There are 3 different event cards, which are the following, which is the treasure card. When playing your treasure event card, place your treasure chest in a room, and it adds a 4 gold bonus to the room in which it is played. This bonus does not double with the dwarves, which, if you have, depending on which version of the game you're playing, dwarves will increase the value of a room, which is the version we're playing, so.
Okay.
The 4 gold does not get added to the doubling of the bonus. It's just added onto it at the end. This figure does not count towards a limit of 5 figures in a room as well. So if you have a treasure chest in a room, it does not take up a spot of a person.
Why not?
Because it's not a person.
You're not a person.
Once played, a treasure chest cannot be moved. The score a room card, when playing your score a room card, choose any room on the board and immediately score that individual room. There's also find an artifact card, which is how you get artifacts. And when you play it, you find an artifact, draw the top card of the artifact deck. You may look at this card and then place it face down in front of you, and you play an artifact during your turn as an action, or keep it for extra gold at the end of the game. So you can keep artifacts as like treasure for the end of the game to add to your score, or you can actually use them. It's up to you. Alright, scoring. If a card that has been just played has 1 or more scoring icons, which is an hourglass on it, so if you look through your deck, there's certain cards that will have hourglasses on them. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, like this one. See how it has an hourglass on the bottom?
Yes.
Yes.
That'll be then placed face up over here, and when a certain amount of hourglasses are reached, the entire board is scored.
Like, for one person or for the whole game?
For everybody.
Okay.
So whatever rooms everybody controls is all scored and added to the room. But that's when a certain amount of hourglasses are reached. Continuing on. I think the total number of hourglasses needed is equal to or exceeding 5 total icons. Because there's different cards that have different amount of hourglasses on them, so it could go over. If the current card causes, just read that. Resolved cards without a scoring icon are discarded face up in the player's discard pile. So if you play a card and it doesn't have an hourglass, it just goes in front of you face up. Moving one of your heroes or monster figures. As an action, you may move any one of your hero or monster figures to one adjacent area on the game board. Figures are moved according to the following rules. A hero or monster figure may move to any adjacent area as long as moving to such area does not involve moving through a solid wall. Heroes and monsters may not move into a room that already contains a combination of 5 heroes and or monsters. Heroes and monsters may not move into a room occupied by a cave troll. Heroes and monsters may not move into a room occupied by an opponent's knight, with the exception of a knight. Only knights can go into a room with another player's knight.
So it's the same apply with the cave troll then?
Yeah, cave trolls don't move. They literally just you put it down, it pushes everybody out of that room and occupies that room, and it's it. It's stuck there.
Okay. Any room?
Yeah, that's why it's so powerful, because you get to play it and you can block off like a really important area. Heroes may not move into pit areas. Monsters are not subject to that restriction. So monsters can cross the entryways, but heroes cannot go into the pits.
So like a monster could go from here to here to here?
Yes.
Okay.
But
a hero would have to go around.
yes.
Okay.
And monsters can also go through the entryways. And then it just says, again, monsters may not do more than...
Alright. Is that enough that we can, like, just get started?
I think so?
And what is the victory condition?
Hold on.
Most gold at the end?
I think it's a certain number of scores.
Yeah, sorry, the end condition. I assumed the victory was most gold.
Game end and winning the game. The game ends immediately after a player finishes an action and he has no cards remaining in his deck. So once your deck is gone, the game is over. And that's how it works. The board is then scored one last time when that happens, and the player who ended the game receives a 3 gold bonus.
And I assume the numbers on the outside are your total gold at the time?
Yeah, so as I said, the game will be constantly scored, and then the last, once one of the decks goes out, that's the last score, and this just keeps track of your score.
Okay.
So let me just briefly describe what each character does, and then we can start. So the barbarian figure, when this room is scored, the barbarian counts as 2 heroes. During normal play, the barbarian only counts as 1 hero. That is, the barbarian and 4 other heroes could have occupied a single room. The barbarian cannot be pushed by the wraith. Thief, as an action, you may move your thief to any room or entrance area on the board. The thief comes into play on the entrance area like all other heroes. So the thief can just teleport, basically. Knight, when your knight is in a room, none of your opponent's heroes or monsters except their knights may enter the room.
Mm-hmm.
Only knights may enter a room occupied by an opponent's knight. If your knight enters a room occupied by your opponent's figures, those figures do remain in the room. If your knight enters a room or entrance area occupied by 1 or more orcs, even your own orc, the orcs are all immediately discarded. So knights kill orcs, including your own orcs. Dwarves, when the board is scored, a room occupied by a dwarf is worth twice as much gold as its printed value, regardless of which player controls the room. If there are multiple dwarves in a room, its value is doubled once for each dwarf. For example, if there are 2 dwarves in a room worth 3 gold, that room is worth 12, 3 times 2 times 2. Gold a dwarf does not double the bonus from a treasure chest. Adventurers are just normal, they just take up a space of the room. Cave trolls, when you play your cave troll, you may play it in any room, including those occupied by knights, but not in a pit area or entrance area. Starting with the opponent to your left, each player with heroes or monsters in that room may move 1 of the figures out of the room. All other figures remaining in the room, except your cave troll, are discarded. meaning it kills everything in that room. But everybody gets one chance to move one of their heroes out of that room. But if, for example, if it's only you who has like 4 figures in that room, you only get to save one of those figures, basically.
So you have to have 4 of yours in one room for it to be to claim it.
No, you just have to have the most characters in a room to claim it.
Okay.
Orcs, as an action, you may discard any one hero in the same room as your orc. So an orc can just go into a room and kill something. And a wraith. When your wraith enters a room, you may push one hero from this room into an adjacent room or an entrance area of your choice. Your wraith may enter a room occupied by 5 heroes or monsters, but only if you then push a hero into the adjacent room or entrance. If your wraith is already in a room containing heroes, you may spend an action to push one hero from the same room into adjacent room or entrance area. And heroes may not be pushed into rooms occupied by a cave troll or an opponent's knight, so it still has to be legal. And that's about it.
Alright.
So the goal of the game is to control the most of the board. If you have at least one character in there, when it's scored, you'll get the score unless it's contested, and so on and so forth. If it's a tie and score, then nobody gets the room.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
Mike, you're going first.
Take your 5 actions.
So
You want me
I
to
just
tell you what to do?
they
Ian?
start off at the entrances. Yes.
Yes.
yeah, heroes start off at entrances, monsters start off at...
Oh, so you can
Holes.
like play any of them without needing the corresponding cards?
No, you need the cards. You have to draw and then
Okay.
choose between the two.
God damn it.
You can draw again.
Then you have to play another card. And you draw 2 of those to play 2.
Dude, this one. It's the knight. That's
The big guy with the shield.
this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can...
He's gonna go here.
And you still have 3 actions.
Action 2.
I see what's missing.
What's missing?
I have 2 of this figure.
Oh, how did that happen?
The board game fairies came, and then they gave me the wrong piece.
Okay, wait, so...
Do you want to mark one of these with like a K?
That's...
And I have like a Sharpie I could do that with.
Where did I get the second barbarian, though? Because we never had that extra barbarian. How did that even happen?
We were missing a piece, and now there's 2 barbarians.
Thief can go in any room.
Because I could have swore...
Which is the entrance. If it's,
Thief has to start on the entrance too.
No, thief can start in any room.
is it? Or the start of it?
The thief starts in any room. From what I got from the controls. From the menu.
Where does thief start?
Thief
Does
starts in
thief
any
start-
room.
Action says move your thief to any room or entrance area on the board.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So should I just mark this with a K?
Hold on.
Mark it with 2 of them. Just not 3. Don't do 3 Ks.
And as an action, you may move your thief to any room or entrance area on the board. The thief comes into play on an entrance area like all heroes. So you have to start her on an entrance, but then you can teleport her anywhere with another action.
Then we'll consider that the 3rd action.
Okay, I've put
And 4th
K's
action.
onto barbarian.
Oh, wait. On the first turn, the first player may only take 1 action. The second player may only take 2 actions. The third player, and then it goes. So your knight was the first action. So now it's his turn.
So the reshuffle, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sorry. I wasn't
Good.
there. So now you can take 2 actions, 3 actions, 4 actions, and then it's 4 actions for everyone.
Okay.
Okay. So I have my...
Can I have some of that? Jelly beans.
That dank goodness.
My
Okay.
favorite part about Easter.
I will play my
Flavored Starburst
orc.
jelly beans.
Just jelly beans in general.
My orc will be in this room. To start. My next action will be to draw.
Also note, monsters do not count towards your score, only your heroes do.
I play an Adventurer.
go on steps.
I'm trying to figure out
steps.
which steps I want them
There's some work other things.
on. No.
They're ridiculous, aren't they?
So, because this one has
An hourglass you put
hourglass
here.
Okay, I put it here.
Yep, and you put
And then
it.
this is just my discard here.
Yeah.
What?
If you have an hourglass, you put it here, and if we get 5 hourglasses, the entire board is
I
scored.
thought it was 4.
Beans.
5.
Okay.
Mm.
5. Equaling or exceeding 5.
Yes. Oh, good son.
Alright, Lynn, you have 3 actions.
Draw 1,
You're a holy man.
play my knight.
My child should have taken the holiness.
Here, the second action, this room,
This is my hand of beans.
and
A bean!
my third action. Draw, adventure.
I also do that. I set them out in like an order so I can keep track of what creatures I have on the field. Alright. Gonna play adventurer. Just gonna go here. Play second adventurer. He's also gonna go here. And then 1, 2. That's all of my actions.
Alright. Draw. I play treasure. Set that over here, but that's gonna need to go into the thing later. Back on my deck. We're doing that to
Keep dropping that one.
this room here. So this room is treasured.
Well, put your treasure chest on.
Oh, okay. And then my second action is to move my knight into there. My third action is adventurer. We're gonna go over here with him. And then thief. This one enters here.
Okay.
It's actually really well played because no one can enter that room with the
Mm-hmm.
knight.
Unless they have knight.
My first action will be to play my dwarf.
Dwarf.
My dwarf
Dwarf.
will be in this room.
This one.
That's my first action. My second action. Oh, well. Oh. My second action will be a normal adventurer. And it will be in this room. And
Here.
then
Slide over to this corner more so
the
you
next
can see the
action,
board.
we move him here. And
Nope.
the
Solid wall.
Oh, there's a silver wall, sorry. And the next section we move him here, and then into here.
Okay. That's 4 action.
Turn. First action is to go back to this one. Let's see. Second action.
Nope. Solid wall.
Oh, it's on the wall. Third.
Oh, your adventure is a hourglass.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
didn't even notice.
Maybe orc. Which one is the orc?
He's a circular.
This guy. He's got
Oh,
a
sorry,
square.
not square. That's square. That's no.
Okay.
My orc's on the table. I can't remember. That's how orcs work. Alright.
Is this hit too?
No.
There's only
Just
Just
these
the three.
three.
Okay.
And you can also place him here if you wanted to.
Right.
And you said monsters don't give you treasure
No.
if they're in a room? Do they count as a person in a room? No.
Yes.
Okay.
So the open. Let's see. Discord any one hero from this room. So he can just like kill anything in like any room he enters.
Pretty much. It takes an action though. So it would be a movement and then an action.
Right. Well, here. And my fourth action is to move here.
Alright. Thaddeus, your turn. Is that a Discord I heard?
It might be.
Alright, I'll play another adventurer. One. Just gonna go here. And remove 1, 2,
3, and 4. There we go. Alright. My first action is going to be Adventurer. I place him here. My second action. Adventurer.
and scored.
We go here, and we count up scores. Alright, so this is
Hold on.
4 plus 4.
Let me read scoring real quick. Scoring. Players score rooms and collect gold when either of the following happens. When a player plays a score room card or chooses a room for scoring, only that room is scored. Or immediately after a player has played a card in the pile, receiving or going over 5 hourglasses. Every room on the board is then scored. After scoring the entire board, all cards in the scoring pile are removed from the game and returned to the box. The next player card that contains a scoring icon will start a new scoring pile. Scoring a room. The player with the most heroes in a room controls the room. He gains an amount of gold equal to the number of gold printed on the room. Advance the player's score counter accordingly. In case of a tie, no players receive gold for the room. Note that monster figures do not contribute towards controlling room. Also note the barbarian figure counts as 2 heroes for the purpose of determining control of a room. Along with this, dwarves, in this case, double the amount of gold in a room.
Alright.
So this guy is a dwarf? Question mark.
Yes, he's a dwarf. And
So you get 2 from him, and that's it for Jordan. Thaddeus gets 1 from here, 3 from here,
5.
and 5 from here. So that's 9. Lynn gets 4 from the knight, 2 from this adventurer, none from this because it's a monster. So that's 6. And then I get 8 for that.
Yep.
Because of the treasure chest. And my turn isn't over yet.
Yep.
Alright,
That was my second action?
I believe so.
Yes.
I'm just gonna sort these out so that they're.
Third action. Score a room. Score any one room on the board. I pick this room.
This is the ones from the scoring.
They don't go back into your deck.
Well, no, I'm not saying to put them back in the deck. I'm just like keeping them with the decks.
Yeah.
So we know.
For discard.
Yeah. Like these are our discarded ones. We can turn mine
So
sideways.
that's my
so I
third
know.
action. And my fourth action will be what was it that can kill one of these again?
Nothing in this one.
Nothing can?
In the other version of the game, a dwarf doesn't double the room value, it kills a troll.
Okay. Then I'm going
But in this
to.
version, we don't have anything to kill trolls. Trolls are just something that occupies a room and makes it null and void. And can potentially kill players in that room.
And thieves can
Gonna
basically
teleport.
Your turn.
Alright. Well, my first action. The second action will be. The third action will be to summon a thief. And my fourth action will be to do that.
My first action is to go in this room. I'm guessing this guy's killed.
You have to take an extra action to do that.
Okay.
This 2.
Wait, oh, you killed him?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he just goes back in the box. I'll give him back.
Third action. I'll play the Wraith. It's gonna be here, and the fourth action is the Wraith goes here. And I push him here.
Apparently, Lynn is the master of monsters.
Really though.
My turn?
Indeed.
Okay. Gonna play Wraith.
Wait, why is Michael away at 16 now?
Because I got 8 from the same room twice in a row.
He scored a single room.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Okay, so that's 1. And then moving into here and pushing you out of there. And then I'm gonna move let's see, those 1, 2, 3.
Bubble in my shoe.
Alright. My turn. I draw.
I left my tea out there.
Go
How much in this room? Okay.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Wow.
that is a baller play.
Okay.
Action 2.
Well, so the way
So,
this
like,
works
You have
is
to choose one to discard.
basically when you play your cave troll, you may play it in any room, including those occupied by knights, but not in a pit area. Starting with the opponent to your left, each player with heroes or monsters in that room may move one of them into an adjacent room. All other figures remaining in the room, except your cave troll, are discarded. Once played, a cave troll cannot be moved. Heroes and monsters may not enter a room occupied by a cave troll. So, I'm gonna save my monster, because I have...
And your adventurer dies.
Yep, so he's gone.
Like, look outside.
I've lost 2 adventurers already.
Oh wow. It's raining and winding.
It is.
Alright. So that was my first action. My second action is to. What is this? That's an orc.
Yeah, he has no value in the room. He just sits here.
Action, discard any one hero from this room.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go and attack him. So Thief is going to teleport to here. That's my second action. My third action is to summon another adventurer.
gonna summon. I'm gonna summon here. My fourth action is to move here.
Okay. Alright. My first action is to do this. I'm going to do this. So I now summon a barbarian.
Barbar.
I summon my actual barbarian, not my knight. My barbarian.
I just looked at what you have on your shelf there, and right next to the Holy Bible you have tarot cards.
Yeah, both of those are stars. Yeah, and then my next action is to play a cave troll.
Oh.
And I put my cave troll in this room.
Thank goodness.
Alright.
I'm assuming you're saving your knight.
Why would I not?
Well, you can't move the treasure chest, so.
Yeah. If Knight moves in here, does this do anything?
No.
No, the knight has, like, the knight only has effects when he's in a room.
Wait, hold up. That's an orc, right?
Yeah.
When the knight enters a room or entrance area, all orcs present are discarded.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
By orc.
my orc. My orc.
Treasure chest dies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright. So I'm now going to take my other two actions. Cut.
See, last time I played this, none of the cave trolls came out until like the last 2 or 3 turns.
Interesting.
Is your turn?
I just finished.
Okay.
Yours.
Oh.
Durarara?
Where did that extra barbarian come from? I don't understand.
He's not a barbarian. He is a knight.
But like,
Well,
it
he's
would
a
have,
Every
barbarian.
knight begins with K.
literally, there used to only be 16 red pieces.
And then suddenly you get a second barbarian.
And I don't know how that's possible.
Mitosis.
The board game fairy came
Here.
and gave you the wrong piece.
Or no, wait.
I don't understand.
Two action.
Close the blind.
Yeah, we could.
Because then people can
Fine,
see the
win.
board.
First action, venture.
What? That's so bad. They didn't need to see it in the first place.
Here.
A plus, 100%.
Masterful attempt.
Master Giles.
You bitch at each other.
So, people keep killing my stuff, so I have like no control over anything right now.
It's okay, I know that feeling too. It might work.
Surprised we haven't gotten more than 6 hourglasses at this point. Twas unos. 'Tis dos.
Ooh, we're at 3
Artifact.
hours now.
Wait, did you just pull one from my pile?
No, that's
Nope.
the artifact pile.
Oh, okay.
Hold up to that for now. So, what am I down to?
That was your
7
second action.
sandwiches.
Let's go. I can't go into that room. Go 1, 2.
Interesting. Interesting. Alright, my turn. My first action, before I draw a card, is to move this guy in here. 2, 3. And then summon an adventurer.
Gonna go here.
4. My turn ends.
Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. Okay,
Do any people here actually know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh?
not really.
A little bit.
So my first action will be to use the power of teleportation and telemarketing to go. Trying to go here. 1. I will play an adventurer. I should discard this. My book died. Okay. I'm playing an adventurer. Him summon here. You can go here.
You can't go into a troll.
You
Oh,
can't.
you can't put your own guys into trolls?
Correct.
Okay, never mind.
No, like the troll literally kicks everybody out of that room. That room is null and void. That room is
Here, I'm just
non-existent.
gonna cover the money.
Yeah, that room is non-existent anymore.
Okay. Okay, so the guy's been summoned. I'll leave him there for now.
3.
What was that?
A yawn, I think.
Ooh, okay. And I will, as my last action, find an artifact. Which means you have to score.
It's 5 eyeglasses.
I get 3. That's tied, so no one gets that room.
You get 3 and that's it.
Yeah.
I get 6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Nope, he doesn't count anything. He doesn't count anything. 6. Okay. Jordan gets 2 plus 10 plus 1. Wait, no.
Plus 3.
Dwarf counts as 2, barbarian doesn't. Plus 3. Okay, so
3, 4,
4,
14.
14, 16.
Damn.
So you got
It's
18
like
now. And then 6, 9, 13. Yes.
Wait, what? This doesn't count as 6.
Doesn't it double because there's 2 heroes in there?
No,
just for
That's
Oh,
just
okay.
for
Just
controlling.
the barbarian. Okay.
No, it's only the dwarf double.
Only the dwarf
Dwarf,
doubles
yeah.
the value. This is just
Okay,
means
then.
you control it.
For
Yeah. If this barbarian were to enter that
Yes.
room,
It
it's
would
now
be
a
a
tie.
tie. Yeah,
8, 9, 10. Okay, then 10. Right?
because barbarians are beefy dudes who take up room.
Beefy dudes who take up room. Coming up next on the Beefy Dudes Who Take Up Room podcast.
Done?
Yeah,
You done,
there's
Jordan?
discard.
Yeah, my turn done.
Okay. It's my turn. First action. Third.
Check this. I mean, it's scored.
Yeah, so he counts as one person right now, so there's only 3 people in the room, but when it's scored, he takes up 2. So that would be a tie in scoring.
Okay, so then that one didn't get doubled either.
No, the dwarf doubled it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Free.
I get it now.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize that they were separate things.
No wait.
The dwarf being a doubler in a room of 5, mean he in a room of 10.
I think they should have gave the barbarian like 2 axes, so you could like actually closely see.
I
the
mean, didn't they
difference.
give the dwarf a shield?
Yeah, they did. The dwarf also has his axe in his left hand.
And the dwarf is very small.
Yeah.
He's but a wee lad.
Alright, Thaddeus, your turn.
can I do? What can I do?
Nothing.
Everything.
Ooh, that's what I'll do.
Oh no!
I'll play an orc.
Oh, that's poopy. I don't like that. You get your orc out of here.
There's one.
Quinceañera. Put it in a pineapple and call it a day.
What are you, son?
I love The Nightmare Before Elm Street.
It's okay, I was similarly confused.
So I did one.
Yes.
Two.
Three.
Four.
No! My beefy boy! Anybody want to get a
My
knight in there and
turn.
kill that orc? I know what his plan is.
My turn. 1, 2.
Why are you so desperate to
T-Series
control
has
that
passed
corner of the
PewDiePie.
board?
Because there's not many high
T-Series
value.
has PewDiePie.
But it's
No!
almost,
Yes!
it's almost wait, what?
T-Series has passed PewDiePie.
Oh, fun.
I'm pleased by this. This
No,
finally happened.
I'm not.
He is a bad person.
But it's not really a good thing because T-Series isn't really like.
Well, the thing is, the only reason people liked the fact that PewDiePie was
3.
highest was the fact that he's not a network.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's not a network, but he owns a company and staffs people below him.
4.
So he's a network with one face.
I don't like PewDiePie, but I like the idea of independent. Like
You like
I can understand that, but I think
PewDiePie's
PewDiePie's
ideals
not the hill
better
to
than
die on.
T-Series.
yeah.
I think he's not the hill to die on, and that's my only reason for it.
I feel like independent creators should be able to rise through the ranks, but the like companies taking over is kind of like just like normal
Technically,
corporations.
PewDiePie is independent now, but he wasn't independent like until scandal number 2 when Disney fired him.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know.
All right, whose turn?
I just finished mine.
Oh, okay. Well, well, I'm just gonna score a room. I'll score this room now before I die. That takes me to 28.
Of course it does.
Second action.
I feel like this is mostly just a competition between
I'm
Mike
going to
and
play
Jordan.
this adventurer, and he's going to go
South for the winter.
No, Mike, he's not a bird.
All right, Lynn, we just need to work together to kill all of their characters.
He's going to go here because I don't really have anyone over there yet. And then, dang it! All right.
Trolls are them cave trolls are a power move.
I'm gonna add another adventurer, and he's going.
Is that so?
No, here. Not the other ones.
Hema?
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of my turn, right? That was all my actions. I played 2 adventurers and 3 adventures and a card. So.
Yeah.
All
Lynn,
right. Okay.
your turn. Anything in the chat thing, Jordan?
Not currently.
Okay.
Action.
Oh, I moved out of there.
Interesting.
Second.
There's no reason to keep it contested when you have 3 people in there.
This is true.
Second for
I could have had a better turn.
You putting it out there. Oh, you're.
Yeah,
So
so
that is your second.
Second, third.
Interesting.
Anybody want to put a knight like right here?
No,
Anybody?
there's no pit there.
A knight.
Yeah, but well, let's see.
My guy is quite distant. He's not going to make that
There's a
trek.
reason I put my guy over there because there's a knight there and a knight like on that side of the board.
So you put him there so you could kill my boy.
It would take my entire turn just to kill that thing.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful of you. Because it takes, that is, a turn to kill 2 people.
Yeah, but at the same time, that room's only 1.
This is 5.
Yeah, which is why I'm okay with him killing your guy.
But the thing is, if he kills my guy, he still controls a room of 5 value that...
Yeah, but he doesn't get that value while he's in that room because that's a monster and not a hero.
But
So I'm okay with him getting in there as... No, I can still get in there with the knight. It's just not worth me doing so right now because you have the
Well, the
money.
thing is, if you're
and
your
you're in
knight,
the lead.
if your knight is within range of him, he can kill your knight with his orc before you can get to him.
This is true. But...
So you've chosen a risky play, Mike.
No. I got this. Because he has to take an extra action after entering the room to kill me, but I can just kill him by entering his room. Functionally, that means he has to have 1 space closer on me in the end. Like, he could reach me here, but he couldn't kill me if he wanted to.
But that's Mike. If you save me,
In any case, it is
actually,
still
actually no, you can't even save
his
me.
turn, yes?
It's Lynn who has to save me.
Yeah, it's Lynn's turn, I think.
No, it's my turn. It's over.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Thaddeus gets to kill me now. Fun. This is suddenly going to go from a game between me and
That's
Mike to a game
hourglass.
between these 3.
2, no, 1, still 1. 2, 3. That was the worst ugly cry I've seen in a long time. You get 1 more, bud.
I know. Thank you.
Oh, goodbye, dwarf. I'll miss you.
Sunday fun day.
Hola.
Hello.
Oh, my dwarf is dead.
We're gonna
Jordan,
get a shirt.
I can still kill him now.
Aikido!
Count the board. Count the board, Jordan. Look at
Huh?
it. Look at how far away my knight is from his
I
orc.
didn't want to get your neck.
You can't kill him now.
I can.
Oh, never mind. Alright, I also had my barbarian.
My
Have
turn.
fun.
I need
You
to keep
enjoy
track
the
of my
weather.
dead ones.
We're game for beer. That's how we're
Do I power move? Do I stay where I am? No, I power move. There's no point in defending this. There's nobody else over here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Where were you?
Oh, I was at 28. No, you put me at 26 and
Oh,
you at
yeah,
28.
okay.
You cheater!
Yeah, but this
It's
guy's
all
dead.
part of the power move.
This really is.
And now I occupy the room of 5.
You occupy the room of 5 while I
And that's my turn.
occupy- No good room.
Your turn, Jordan.
I hate. Alright, I have this.
I've got my next turn all planned out. Oh boy, do I.
So I am going to play my treasure. It goes over here. The treasure's going to go in this room.
Okay.
And I'm going to then
Shoop de hoop.
adventurer. My adventurer will move here. An adventurer will go here.
You're on 4.
Yeah, I'll put an adventurer in here. That's my 4th.
Okay. Lynn, your turn, son.
Anybody want to put an orc in here?
Can't. Monsters can't enter
That's
either.
true. Never mind.
Only another knight can enter that room.
Anybody want to put a knight in there?
I haven't gotten my
That was that 4? The wraith has to push with an action.
Yes.
No.
4.
If you move into a room, it counts as part of your action to push somebody out of that room.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
It's only
Okay.
if you're in this room and you don't want to
Your
move,
turn, bud.
it counts as an action to push something out.
Okay. I would put the adventurers just in your discard because while they're still out on the board, they're not doing anything different than the rest of them, which is the reason to keep the rest of them out,
Hmm?
so you can see what's going on.
Well, this is mostly so that I know how many I have on the board. Then again, the ones that go in there just disappear anyway, so.
Wait,
Well, I'm gonna do
This is my
something
discard.
stupid. Put
that was
this
all
here.
adventurers. Wow. Let me see that treasure chest card real quick.
Just got it. Oh, sorry. You're right about that, but
Okay, it doesn't matter who is in that room. Also, evaluate
yep.
Evaluate.
6, 9,
What?
10. 10 for me. Red.
That's 3. This room is 3 plus 4, so this is 10.
7 is 10. 12.
Got 3 plus 3. 4, 6, 7, 9, 10.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. From 12, 32. Thaddeus,
Got 6.
3, 4,
Oh,
5,
not even 6. 5.
6, 7, 8.
This doesn't count as anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, 'cause
okay,
that's
for
my
you.
room.
5. Okay.
We don't share the loot.
Okay, continue your turn.
I'll
That was
share
your second.
it with you. You can have 1 coin. I'll drop down 1 coin.
Oh my goodness.
That was your second, right?
That wasn't.
Alright.
Or
Let's see. We got
I placed that.
2
was my
Thaddeus
first turn.
discards. 1 me discard.
Good.
2.
Exactly.
Fair.
I haven't put any of my heroes out yet. This is
One
my-
of the endgame conditions is to have no cards in the deck, right?
Yeah.
You almost out.
He's got 3 left.
There.
That's clever. That's a good play, Thaddeus. Oh, really?
Thank goodness. Got my other hero out finally. All my heroes are coming out now.
Well, all of my heroes are already here. Except for my Knicht.
There we go.
I haven't run into any monsters but the troll so far.
Was that 4?
Yep, that was 4. My turn. Draw. Play dwarf.
Dwarf!
Dwarf go here.
Dwarf! That's 1 action.
Oh, I forgot there was
That's
one.
1. That's my turn.
That just cancels it out. Doesn't do anything.
For now.
That was a suggestive power move right there from Mike. It doesn't do anything.
Indeed.
Also, there's a question. What are? Oh, no, never mind. I remembered the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna take a leg of the land. I am a fish.
Oh, you know.
No. Okay, so there's an orc here. There's a knight there. There's only one orc on the board of all the monsters.
At the moment, I think so.
Okay.
I
Oh
still
yeah,
have
because
mine.
yours is still there and everyone else's
I
is
still have
dead.
my orc and my wraith.
Or there. So. Alright. Start my turn. They're playing an adventurer. My adventurer will go here and then to here. So that's 2 actions. Both of these 2 will go into here.
That's 4.
That's 4 actions.
Alright. Lynn? Back to my son.
Cave troll.
Ooh. Could you use a wraith to push someone into a room with a cave troll and kill them?
No.
Okay. That would be nice. Be a nice function of the game.
I mean, you can make that an alternative role for a different game.
Nobody saw me winking
Sure.
so
No, I saw it. I didn't like it.
carefully to the board game developers.
3rd edition, anyone?
5th edition. We'll skip this.
I'm guessing you can't push the knight.
Actually, yeah, no, because you can't enter the room with a knight.
Yes.
So, you can't push the knight.
You could push a knight into a room with a knight.
You can't push a knight, though, can you?
No, you gotta enter the room with the
But
knight.
you
to
can push
the
your
knight.
own knight. You can also, if the knight enters the room with you, you can push the knight out.
This is fair.
You just can't enter the room with the knight. The knight can enter your room.
Your opponent's heroes and monsters can't enter the room.
Well, Wake's knight has pretty limited movement options because there's 2 directions if he goes, he gets pushed, which means he can either go to a 1 room or stay in his 3 gold room.
How many moves?
He's effectively a check.
Troll.
It was troll, wraith,
Wraith.
that guy just now.
No, wait, troll.
You had to put the troll. You moved
put
me
the
with the
troll.
wraith. You just moved that guy into that place.
No, I didn't move you with the wraith.
You did.
Because the wraith can't enter the
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. You were going to.
So troll, place this dude, move him here, it's free.
So you have 1 action left.
Oh, also this guy has an hourglass.
Good.
Right,
Music. We're such good singers. Little Einsteins.
Artifact.
And that's it.
That's it.
Alright. Thaddeus.
Alright, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play my artifact, Cloak of Invisibility. This guy can now walk 2 for 1 action. So that's 1.
You still can't enter the room.
Yes,
with
I
troll.
can because it's invisible. Can't read it.
Let me see this. Oh, okay.
So now I'm here, and that only cost me 2 moves because of the. And then I'm gonna.
So,
That.
my recommended course of action for you, Mike, would be 2.
It depends on what cards I get. I know what I'm doing.
True. I would just say, if worst comes to worst, I would take 2 actions to move this guy into there so that you even. And he can't double.
Wouldn't be 2 actions, it'd be 3.
You're right. I apologize.
I'm gonna
This
score
is why
my
it
room.
depends.
Scoring this one.
Ooh.
8.
So that's 8 plus 4.
So that's 12.
12. So 1, 2,
12 plus 17, 29.
Caught up a little.
A little.
Done.
Alright.
That was. Was that my last
Third.
one? That was
I
the
think.
third. So I'm gonna do another one. Ooh, that's debatable. That's very debatable.
That it is.
You're debatable.
If we go with the knight, we just need to go here.
Ooh. Alright. Draw. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
Mike's gotten his sandwich.
Orc.
Oh jeez.
Enters here. Comes in here. Kills this guy.
I mean, he got his purpose in for 1 turn, so.
So that's 2 actions. I'm going to action again to kill the thief. And then, for my 4th action, my thief is going to teleport into... We're going to go into here.
Rude.
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 Lewd.
Alright, well, it's my turn now.
Only one of those. You can only do one of those at a time.
It's technically all gonna happen this
No,
turn
because you can
anyways.
only choose one of them at a time because you can't
Alright.
play through all of your cards
So,
at once.
First, I'm going to draw 1.
Oh, he's
Going to
gonna
be the
finish
Ray.
game.
Yeah, that's why it didn't really matter.
It still matters because it changes the order of operations.
So first, I play the Ray. The Ray will go here. And then, I will draw this. And I will play the Knight. And the Knight is not a barbarian. Totally not a barbarian.
Enters on my steps.
We'll go. Where can I go?
You can go steal this from.
But where did the second barbarian come from?
Where did he come from? Where
I'm
did he
still
come?
so confused.
Where did he come from? Second
You
barbarian.
can come in here and kill this.
You just want me to prolong the game.
Because I could have swore there was only
There's not much else
16
you can do.
pieces for the red team. Now there's 17. There's 2 barbarians. It doesn't make sense.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Can I do?
Knight barbarian.
We'll go here.
And barbarian with a silent K.
Barbarian. And then, just because I can't, I'll play an adventurer. And I'll just sit here.
That's 3 actions.
And then my barbarian, my knight, goes here.
And that's it. You're out of cards. So the entire board gets
You
scored.
get a 3 bonus.
You get
So
plus
we'll do
3.
that first. And then we score the board.
Alright.
12 for that. 36 plus 12, 48.
I don't know why you had
Plus
to take
3.
my treasure chest when.
Plus 3.
Because he's gone.
But I mean, you could
Plus
have
1.
took yours instead of mine.
Plus
I'm so far behind it.
But my room was only worth
1.
3.
Yeah.
56. Jordan. 2, 5, 7, 7. 50. Lynn. 2, 5, 9, 11, 14. Did I already get this one?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you did. You did. Good.
2, 6, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21. 32 plus 21 is 53. And Thaddeus, 0, 0, 3.
Look, that was my last huzzah, and you came in and ruined it.
It also gave me the same thing that it gave you when you were able to use it.
But it
So,
literally would have only brought
Is
it up
everyone
to
ready
here.
for my biggest misplay of the game?
The fact that you want to end the game early.
No, it's not actually my biggest misplay. My biggest misplay is the fact that I had a sword of slaying. And I could have just taken 3 actions to take my dwarf out of my room, put it into the room with the orc, killed the orc with the sword of slaying, and then put my dwarf back into the room with 5.
Yeah.
You could have done that.
I could have. I did not. And because of that, my dwarf died.
So Mike wins.
Ha 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 ha.
Alright. You guys want to... Here, I'll read off the alternate version of the game with the triangles instead of the pentagons. In the alternate version, you have a paladin instead of a knight. In this one, your heroes, including your paladin, in the same room as your paladin may not be targeted by the special ability of the Siren Banshees, and your adventurers in the same room may not be targeted by the special ability of Grunts. As an action, you may move an opponent's Siren Banshee from the room your paladin is in to any pit on the board. This hero uses the same figure as the knight. The assassin, which is the thief, is as an action you may discard 1 lone hero or lone grunt in the same room as your assassin. You may not discard another assassin using this ability. A figure is considered lone when it is the only hero or monster figure in the player's color in a room. Remember that the assassin's ability only works in rooms and not in entrance areas. So if one of your characters is alone, you can move your thief into there and assassinate that. The Giant Slayer. Once per turn, you may receive 1 gold when your Giant Slayer enters a room that does not contain any other hero or monster figure. And as an action, you may discard your Giant Slayer to discard a rampaging troll in the same room as your Giant Slayer. So this is the dwarf. So the dwarf can sacrifice himself to kill a troll, but he also has the ability, anytime he goes into an unoccupied room, he gives you a point. Berserker, which is the barbarian, if an opponent has the most figures in the room, your berserker is... If an opponent has the most figures in the room, when the room your berserker is in it is scored, you split the gold. Any gold that cannot be evenly distributed is lost. A berserker may never enter a room containing an opponent berserker. So in this case, the berserkers act kind of like the knights, where the knights... So the berserkers basically force gold to be split evenly, depending on no matter who has control. Monsters. Instead of an orc, you have a grunt. As an action, you may discard all opponent adventurers in the same room as your grunt. Note, the grunt may only discard adventurer figures. All other heroes are unaffected by him. Rampaging Troll. A player may only move his Rampaging Cave Troll once per turn. So in this version of the game, trolls can actually move.
Sounds dangerous.
If your Rampaging Troll is in a room containing other hero and or monster figures, you may spend an action to push 2 hero and or monster figures from the same room into adjacent rooms. They must be legal moves. All hero and monster figures remaining in the room except for your Rampaging Troll are then discarded. Remember that the Rampaging Troll enters play on a pit area, unlike the Cave Troll. And then the Banshee. This monster may move 2 rooms for an action using legal moves. And as an action, you may move an opponent hero from an adjacent room into the room. So it's a reverse of the other one. It pulls monsters into the room it's in.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Interessant.
That's French for banana.
Is it French?
is French actually.
It's also Spanish, I believe. Interessante.
But yeah, it's a fun game.
And probably Italian, where it's just interessante.
What'd you guys think of it?
It was lots of trolls in me dungeon.
It was interesting. I could see
Oh
it.
no.
If we could get a good enough grasp on it to do like a speed games for this could be pretty fun.
Yeah, the problem is nobody knew how to play right away.
Yeah. And I
It's
made
one
a
of those
misplay of a century.
Well, what time is it?
The time is 3:31.
Ah.
I'm gonna hit the stop button. Thank you so much if you joined us live, or if you joined us after the fact. We don't really care, as long as you had fun. We're gonna go do human things as humans do, except for Mike. He's gonna do chair things.
You know it.
His chair Sona does give us quite the life.
What is the human
I still
thing?
don't know where that extra freaking barbarian came from. There are only
Don't
16,
worry about it then.
only 16 red pieces in this box. Where did this
We're gonna
last
do the
barbarian come?
See, you weren't losing it before. Now you're losing it.
I'm gonna do
I
the
just don't
thing.
understand. It does not make sense. I've played this game twice before.